Y'all, it's Werewolf Wednesday. And unfortunately, I have not been able to find a werewolf mask that's as good as the one I had years ago, which came from an amazing store many of us remember as Ames. Now, I heard a rumor about Ames coming back, but up in Connecticut or somewhere about. Don't know if it ever did. But, yeah, that werewolf mask was my ultimate favorite mask of all time. And unfortunately, being made of latex, no, I'm not allergic, it fell apart and had to get thrown out. So, it's extremely unfortunate. So, one of my stupid little dreams is to find another good werewolf mask that hopefully I can afford. And I may never find one. So, question for y'all for this Werewolf Wednesday. What was your favorite Halloween mask as a child? That being said, what is your favorite horror creature? Now, if y'all know, mine is a werewolf. And the very first movie I've ever seen a werewolf in was actually an animated film. And this animated film was featured on Long Ago and Far Away, hosted by James Earl Jones. This movie is called The Talking Parcel. Now you can find it here on YouTube and watch it for yourself. But I'm not going to spoil it for those who may not have seen it and who love older animated films such as myself. The only thing I will note about this movie that I've not seen anywhere else, and I'm kind of disappointed, the werewolves actually had a tail! And I was wishing that Blizzard would make the Worgen an option to have a tail, but no, they don't. Because I think any fantasy creature, whether it is horror or not, should have all possible options. Most of us grew up with anthropomorphic animals. Most of us older folks grew up with Disney's Robin Hood, where it was all anthropomorphic animals. Well, except for Sir Hiss. He doesn't really count because he's a snake. I always kind of felt bad for him, though, because he always got beat up, but yeah. Why not give a werewolf the option to have a tail? Especially in a game. Not in a movie, okay, like in an actual horror movie. Yeah, it's kind of cheesy, but in a video game where you keep making them look cuter and cuter instead of more ferocious, how about giving them a tail then? I mean, why not? Now, I wish Blizzard had kept the old, scary style for the actual enemy Worgen, and left the more attractive-looking Worgen Gelneans. Because they could have easily done that. They just would have had to, fix the graphics on the older ones. But if you ever go back and play WoW Classic, the Worgen are a lot scarier. Like, a lot scarier looking. And I like the way that they're built in that, and being ferocious. And it sets them apart. So why they felt they had to do that with everything in retail, I don't know. But that's just my opinion on it. You know, it's not like Blizzard listens to us little guys, but, you know, that's just my thought. And give the warg an option to have a tail. Because it's like you have the Pandurans. You have an option to have a nub tail or a long tail. But give the Worgen an option for tail. Tail or no tail. And then you can make different styles of tails. Like the Tauren have now been advanced to having scraggly tail jewelry on their tail or whatever. Like, they've changed them. There's no reason you can't give a Worgen an option to have a tail. Just saying. But yeah. What was your first werewolf movie ever? Yes, mine was animated. And for those of you who may have seen that, maybe that was your first as well. I just love older animation. And it's funny because some of my favorite older animation isn't even American, because the original Watership Down was made by British Broadcasting Company, and I'm pretty sure the Talking Parcel was also, because they all have a British accent, so kind of makes sense. And also another creature that's in that movie, cockatrices. Now, you look at it today and go, ugh, they all look the same. None of them look any different. Well, you know, back then we didn't care. Back then, hey, they're the bad guys. Who cares if they all look the same? But the design for them is very interesting. It's very different. It's definitely very different from the GMM logo. Question is, are cockatrices supposed to be evil, ferocious, or not? Well, I mean, people say the same thing about dragons. And there also are unicorns in that movie. And unicorns are peaceful and gentle until provoked. But like I said, I'm not going to spoil anymore. I'm just saying some of the mythical beasts that are in there. And it's kind of cool. So if you've never seen it, look it up here on YouTube. You will find it, most definitely. And hopefully, if you're like me, you'll enjoy it as well. I did not find the Long Ago and Far Away version, but I do know that it was featured there. At one point. Which still is a shame that that has not been put on DVD as a TV series. Because so many TV series have. So many that I've grown up with. That I know are available for purchase, but I don't have the money for them. Like Star Trek Next Generation and Star Trek Voyager. MacGyver, I wouldn't mind watching those again. Like, he was literally my first celebrity crush. But, anyway. So let me know in the comments what your first werewolf film was, what your favorite horror creature is. And as far as yesterday went, not a bad day. They did change a lot of stuff at work. They combine all the pick walks that aren't chilled or frozen into one thing. Now, if we're doing a normal walk, it's a pain in the ass because you're all over the place. And they have it weird. And they screwed up one thing where on some people's, like, when we have produce doesn't always come with a sticker on it. But even sometimes when it does, it's not scannable. And we have to punch in the little 4-digit code because they give us a little keyboard. Well, the keyboard wasn't showing up on my work phone, and I was like, what the fuck? I can't even pick green peppers because there's no keyboard to punch in 4065, which everybody knows is the universal code for peppers. And it wouldn't scan. And I was like, alright, after I finish this walk, because I had to nail pick them, and I hate nail picking stuff if it's right there. So I had to nail pick them. So, after I was done the walk, good thing about our little work phones is there's like a little chat, like a little text bubble at the top corner. So I go in and fill it out. And then the next walk I got that got peppers, the keyboard was finally there. So it was just a little tech issue that I guess had not reached its way to everybody's equipment. So it was fixed like almost immediately. So somebody's freaking paying attention to the feedback that we give, at least sometimes, which is good. I'm still a little pissed that they took off the when you go into the pick list to see all the items that are actually in your walk. They used to give all the locations that you could find it. Cuz like sometimes we'd come into no printers or no printer batteries and we had to pick list everything. Now if you do like oversized, most of us know where all the oversized crap is that shows up cuz at least there's still a picture. But they took away all the locations on that. And I'm like, you're totally going against your policy of working smarter, not harder. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It's like, put that back. And I've put that feedback in a couple times. Please put the locations back in our pick list option. Because sometimes we don't have a freaking printer or a printer battery and we have to use the community one. Like, they still ain't listened to that one, but, like, y'all just don't think. I think some people in Walmart headquarters have no common sense. And it's like, it takes common sense to work freaking retail. It really does. You gotta have a little bit of it or you ain't getting far at all. But there's a saying, some people have common sense and some people have book smarts. And the book smarts are the ones that go to college. Well, I'm kind of grateful that I don't have book smarts. Because I was so sick of school by the time I got forced into college. I was fucking done with it. Like, in fact, I've gotten to that point because of school. I'd be happy if I never read another fucking book. Like, it's literally made me hate reading, but yet, granted, I do read, it's just like, I just don't find the joy in sitting down and reading a book because I was forced to do it so much. Unless it's something I'm interested in. Then yes, because I have read, not all of them, but some of the Five Nights at Freddy's books. Those kept me on the edge of my seat. And of course, Syriac's book's amazing as well. But, yeah, like, you gotta have common sense to work retail. And honestly, I'm happy having common sense. Yes, it's a shit-paying job. But then that's where I also realized college is a waste. It's a complete fucking waste because you're stuck with that debt the rest of your fucking life. This is why trade school is the best option. But there weren't enough of those around when I went, so I kind of guess I got screwed on that one. Anyway, aside from all the bitching and whatever, I have some other bitching to do, but I think I'm going to start a new series. Personal opinions about Pokemon Go. Because, let's just say the recent addition to the game gets a thumbs down from me. And you'll see why. I just gotta find my Pikachu costume. But for today, WoW stream, and I'll be playing Horde. Be working on my mage, which, oh my god. This is why I don't play casters very much, because they're so fucking squishy. I'm sick of dying. Of course, I'm also low level, so, like, I'm not OP just yet. Still, I can't even kill the one fucking creature in my garrison just to have the mine, the stupid Gorin thingy. He's like 2 or 3 levels higher than me, and I'm like, wait, why the fuck did they do that? I can't even kill it. How the fuck am I supposed to kill him and get my garrison mine? Ugh, it's frustrating as shit. I know you can have somebody help you with it, but you know me. I'm too stubborn to ask for help, and usually when I do, I don't trust retail players at all, because usually they're dicks about stuff. They're a lot more dicks than people over on Classic, so kind of not much I can do about that until maybe I get higher level and I can make Draenor not scaled to my level so I can just wipe shit. But for now, I'll level there and at least get some quests out of the way. I really want to do a different timeline because I hate the Horde side of Draenor. I really do. I hate the snowy... Ugh. This gives me the shivers anyway. Alright. I'm not going to keep this vlog going any longer. Have a good Wednesday, y'all.